Hi everyone, I'm Francesco.
And I'm Radmila.
Welcome to our channel.
Today we're going to share all the information to plan an epic trip around the Western USA. We'll cover everything from planning your itinerary to booking your flights, renting the car, and finding the best hotels.
Whether you're following our exact route or using this as a guide to create your own adventure, we got you covered. This video will provide a general guide for everyone, along with some special tips for European travelers and winter road trips. Stick around until the end for our customized trip planning checklist.
And don't miss our next video, we will share our food highlights and the best moments of our trip. So, let's dive in! The first step in planning your road trip is to create a detailed itinerary. We decided to start our journey in San Francisco and end in Las Vegas, but your route can be customized based on your interests.
Consider also booking a return flight from a different airport. It might even reduce your travel costs. We'll dive deeper into flight booking tips later in the video.
To get started, try to understand what you cannot miss on the basis of your interests and what you like. Some information sources we found useful are Reddit and obviously YouTube. Other websites such as travel blogs or getyourguide.com are also a great source for visual inspiration and tips.
Search for example West USA Road Trip Reddit. This will lead you to a wealth of information from other travelers who have done similar trips. We recommend to check also the reviews on Google Maps about the places you want to visit. There are often very useful information such as free parking spots, real-time conditions, and more.
Once you've gathered some ideas, create a map of your proposed route. Websites like Google My Maps are perfect for this. You can mark all your planned stops and see the distances between them. At this point, try also to break down the travel distances over each day. The key rules we followed when finalizing our itineraries were: first, don't drive more than 4 hours a day. This keeps the trip enjoyable and less tiring. Second, sleep where you want to get started the next day. This ensures you are well rested and ready to explore each new location. Third, alternatively, aim for a maximum of 2 hours of driving in the morning and 2 in the evening.
Next, post your itinerary on Reddit, specifically in travel-related subreddits such as r/roadtrip. Upload it as an image from your phone. You receive massive feedback which can be incredibly helpful. The community might suggest hidden gems, best routes and local tips. Don't worry if some people do not offer constructive criticism. That must also be expected. Don't take it seriously and it will maybe even bring some fun.
We received tons of feedback on our itinerary. Here is how it looked before and after the comments. Here is a closer look at our final itinerary.
Each destination was carefully chosen based on our interests and the feedback we received. We made sure to allow enough time to fully experience what each place had to offer.
When planning your own itinerary, here are some extra tips. Flexibility. Build in some buffer time for unexpected delays or spontaneous detours. Seasonal attractions. Check for any seasonal events or attractions that might be available during your visit. Local cuisine. Research local food specialities and plan stops at renowned restaurants or diners. Travel apps. Use travel apps for real-time updates on weather, traffic and road conditions.
And remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. Enjoy the scenic drives, take plenty of photos and make memories along the way.
Now that you know which places you cannot miss, it's time to book your flights.
To save money on tickets and find the perfect days, we like to use Google Flights. It offers a user-friendly interface with features like price history and a great view to compare prices across different dates.
If you are flying from Europe, here are some tips to make your journey smoother and more cost-effective. First, buying a return ticket. Purchasing a return ticket is usually much cheaper than one-way tickets, even if you are flying back from a different airport. Second, use airline partners. Consider airlines within the same alliance like Delta, KLM, Air France, which are part of SkyTeam Alliance. This way, if there is a strike or other issues, you have more alternative to switch flights easily. We know something about it. Third, preferred layover. Aim for a layover in Amsterdam rather than Paris for a smoother transition. Allow yourself at least 1 hour layover time.
For internal USA flights, which might be necessary depending on your itinerary, we recommend using American Airlines. We had ourselves a flawless experience and they offer a wide network and reliable service.
Using these tips, we booked our flights efficiently and saved money. Remember, planning ahead and being flexible with your dates can also help you get the best deals.
And don't forget to keep an eye on price drops. Google Flights allows you to set alerts so you'll be notified if there is a significant price change for the flights you're interested in.
One of the most important aspects of a road trip is choosing the right rental car. Here are some tips and tricks to make your car rental experience smooth and hassle-free.
First and foremost, you need a credit card to rent a car in the USA. Some rental companies may accept a debit card if you show a return ticket, but it's not guaranteed. We used Bank Norwegian and had a flawless experience and zero fees. If you decide to get one, please consider using the link in the description.
To find the best car for your needs, consider using a rental cars offer aggregator. We had a great experience with Auto Europe and Auto/. Auto Europe offers easy modifications and refunds, while Auto/ helps you monitor prices for the best deals. You can set a price alert on Auto/ and then modify your reservation on Auto Europe and you'll get the difference refunded.
When booking, we recommend choosing full collision damage waiver, third-party liability protection and no excess with Alamo. Sometimes your credit card might offer rental insurance, so check that too. However, at the end of our 2 rental experiences with Alamo, we had no problem whatsoever.
It is also a good idea to check reviews of the car rental agency on Google Maps. This can help you avoid any unpleasant surprises.
If you're planning to return the car to a different city, some companies offer this without additional fees. We took our second car in Phoenix and returned it in Las Vegas. In addition, renting for at least a week usually gets you a cheaper daily rate.
Make sure to rent a car with a covered trunk, especially in cities like San Francisco where car break-ins are common. Never leave your luggage exposed.
For fuel, use Google Maps to find the cheapest gas stations. Remember, when the tank is half empty, it's time to refuel. Sometimes it can be a long stretch until you find the next reasonably priced tank station, depending on where you're traveling. If you're traveling in winter, note that rental companies usually don't allow snow chains. Check road conditions ahead of time for places like Big Sur, Yosemite and the Grand Canyon. Sequoia National Park and other places on the Sierra Nevada in California could hardly be accessible if there was a recent snowstorm. For this reason, to visit Yosemite, we used the Yard's shuttle service from Mariposa.
And remember, driving rules in the USA can be different. For example, you can turn right on a red light unless otherwise posted.
We prefer to book everything in advance to avoid last-minute hassles. This way, we could focus more on enjoying our trip and save a reasonable amount of money.
We primarily used Booking.com for our reservations because they offer free cancellation on most bookings. This flexibility is great in case your plans change.
Don't forget to check for discounts if you're using cards like N26 or Revolut. Sometimes these cards offer special deals on bookings.
Parking is another important factor to consider. Always check the parking options at your hotel to avoid any inconvenience, especially in busy cities.
Reading reviews is crucial. We always double-checked reviews on Google to ensure we were choosing the best places to stay.
Regarding room preferences, both queen and king beds are usually comfortable, with only slight differences.
Breakfast at many hotels can be quite monotonous. Don't expect too much variety, and most of the times it might be better to explore local cafes.
In February, we managed to keep our accommodation costs below 100 euros per night on average. It's possible to find good deals if you book early and compare options. Here is a quick breakdown of the budget for our winter trip.
Intercontinental flights cost us around 600 euros per person, plus an additional 43 euros per person for the internal flight from San Francisco to Phoenix.
For car rental, we we spent in total about 380 euros per person for 2 weeks, renting 2 different cars. Fuel required about 200 euros.
Our hotel expenses averaged 75 euros per night, totaling around 530 euros per person for the trip.
We spent about 50 euros per person per day on food and miscellaneous expenses.
Remember, when you order food, the menu prices don't include taxes and the more than expected tip, usually about 20%. Factor in also the ticket price for various attractions according to your wishes.
So, the total budget we spent on our trip in the first 2 weeks of February 2024 comes to approximately 2,200 euros per person.
We've put together everything you need to know about clothing, travel essentials and important services to ensure your trip is smooth and enjoyable. First up, clothing. It's essential to pack appropriately for varying weather conditions you will encounter. Dress in layers. We had more than 20 degrees Celsius the first days in San Francisco and below zero in Flagstaff. Consider yak tracks for your hiking shoes in case of icy conditions. They were vital, for example, to hike in Bryce Canyon.
Next, let's talk about the important bureaucratic and service-related items you need to take care of before your trip. If you use Telegram, create a group and upload all documents, tickets and information. This will serve as a backup.
Ensure you have the correct visa or ISTA authorization.
Bring a credit card for renting a car.
Get an eSIM from Airalo or SIM card from Amazon beforehand.
Extend your health insurance if you are from the European Union.
Bring battery packs with a capacity below 26,800 mAh.
If necessary, inform your bank about your travel to the USA.
Print out copies of important documents in case you lose them or you run out of battery.
If you are taking food, such as meat or dried fruit, at the border interview, your passport may be placed in a plastic box until you pass a check on your luggage. Don't worry, it's a common procedure.
When you're renting your car, take videos and photos at pickup and return. They can be handy in case of dispute.
Download the Clipper card on your smartphone wallet to access the digital Clipper transportation card in San Francisco. You will save a few euros on the physical one.
And finally, don't forget to get the America the Beautiful National Park Pass. It gives you access to all the national parks and it's a great deal if you're planning to visit multiple parks. If you already paid for any roads or parks, keep the invoices and check at the cashier desk whether you can be refunded for your costs when buying the National Park Pass.
Just to recap, from planning your itinerary and booking a flight to renting a car and reserving a hotel, you're now equipped to plan a perfect road trip in the Western USA. And don't forget to check our video description below for links to all the resources we mentioned.
We are also excited to share that we'll be publishing a second video with our actual travel experience based on this planning.
Don't miss out! So, if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please subscribe to our channel, please give us a thumbs up and hit the bell icon so that you never miss the next video.
We'd love to hear about your own experiences and tips in the comments below. Safe travels and happy adventure!
Thanks for watching and see you in our next video.
Ciao!
Bye!